It's whatever, baby. It's whatever, baby. It's whatever, baby. It's whatever, baby.
Yo. So you're here at Whatever by Hektek by yours truly, Hektek from Hektek Desires. I am joined by one of my favorite peoples. I know we don't see each other a whole lot, but when we do, it's always love.
Always.
My dude, Angel. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Hektek? How you doing?
I'm good. So for those that don't know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Cool. My name is Angel Rameriz. I've been in the industry for 7 years going on. I mostly do fetish, but I dip my toes in hardcore as well. Got my start uh, with Kendra Hart and Mark Blaze doing hardcore. And then a year after that, this producer named Joe from Grappling Girls, he found me, and then I've been with him ever since.
Okay. So 7 long years. So
7 long years.
so what journey have you been on in those 7 years?
Everything from like I say the first year, you're typically supposed to like is where you make your most bucks and stuff. But I wasn't well connected. So like after my first couple shoots, I had nothing. So I was just like, what the hell is going on? What am I supposed to do? I didn't know I was supposed to network and meet people and go to events and all that kind of stuff. Once I started figuring that out, that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna settle into this. I settled into this grappling girls position, and then that led on to other things, which led on to other things. That's just the way this industry is. One thing leads to another. One person can take you to a whole nother thing.
So so you say networking was a very big part of who you
Hmm.
are now. How
Yeah.
long did it take you to realize that? Because
I'll
I mean, I
say
knew that like coming out the gate.
coming out the gate. Yeah. I figured it out after like 2, 3 years because at first I was just like not trying to step over toes. I wasn't trying to like stalk the girls, right? Because I was told by Kendra that don't stalk the girls. Like that's the number one no-no to male talent. And I didn't want to do that. But at the same time, there's a thin line between stalking them and just like, hey, when's the next get together so I could be included, so I could get to know everybody.
Right.
That's when I realized I need to be more on this side and do shit like that.
Yeah. Not
Yep.
because you do have some guys that are super aggressive with it,
Yeah.
and some guys that are not. And the
Yes.
crazy thing is as much as they tell you don't be that aggressive guy, it seems like the aggressive guys are the ones getting all the shoots.
That is true. That's a good point. And it's weird because it's like all it takes is for like one big mess to blow up on Twitter and then they all jump on that guy. But it doesn't happen until that happens.
Right. Yeah. Until someone's like, yeah, he did this, and then all of a sudden
Exactly.
it starts. There's one going on right now that I find is hilarious. But
Oh,
yeah, Twitter's a rough place for a lot of people.
it
I
is.
I don't even listen. I try not to go on there as much. Of course, I have to go on there. We have to go on there to promote what we
You
got
have
going
to.
on.
Yep.
But Lord, I try not to, cause
I don't blame you.
especially once you start like going down the rabbit hole, man, you hours done went by. You're like, what the fuck? I'm still in the same spot scrolling.
Yeah, you're right. And you're never gonna get the full story on Twitter. Never. So
No, and so me, I'm a like detective, so I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, oh, who they talking about? Oh shit, okay, they talking about something similar, so it must be them. It's crazy.
it is. It
So
is.
you do have so you started off as male talent because I was about to
Right.
jump to a whole other shit, but let me
All
let
right.
me reframe myself. So you started off at talent. When did you realize like, okay, I need to go and actually start facilitating my own stuff?
I'd say man, I got in this industry. I feel like I got in late at 33 years old, and I feel like I got into that portion of it even later, like 3, 4 years, because everyone like it wasn't until like there's one group of girls would hit me up and go, let's do something on the side that I even knew I could do that without pissing off my producer. Because like a lot of these producers, they want to like hold on to their male talents. They don't want them to do anything else. But then everybody else is telling me, well, you're not locked under a contract. You should be able to do whatever. Then I
Right.
realized as long as I don't do the same fetish that I do with my producer with those girls, he don't got a problem with it. And once I figured that out, I was like, shit, I should have did this a long time ago.
Yo, I mean, for dry bones, I was just telling someone the other night. I was like, I wish instead of me just running like a hamster on the wheel, I wish I would have known about this way back when.
Yep.
I could have been do this.
Exactly.
I could have been in this pocket, like, and I like the pocket that I'm in right now because I'm not doing too much, and
Good.
I know what my budget is. I know what I'm willing to spend, and if it's outside of that, cool. I'll see you later, because I just know what it's generating. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just throw money, and that's what I feel like I was doing the first couple of years in the industry as a producer, just throwing money away.
Yep. I don't like to chase nobody, and that's for sure. I wait for them to circle around back, and if they don't circle to me, that's fine. There's someone else will end up circling to me. I
Yeah.
don't like chasing nobody.
I realized I had to tell people just because you turn the money down don't mean someone else will.
Exactly. Exactly. And the opportunity down. Yep.
And
So
it's crazy to me because there's a lot of girls that, oh, no one's booking me, no one's doing this, no one's doing that. But then when you offer them something, they're turning it down. I'm like, so no, it's you. It's you that's turning these opportunities down. It's you turning these bookings down. It's not that they're not coming to you. It's just you feel you're too good for them. So cool, which is fine. Fine with me. Someone else would take it.
Exactly. We both I'm pretty sure we both have a couple girls on our websites that they ain't even in the industry anymore. So it's like they can't promote the video, you can't tag them in anything.
Yeah. And I had to tell people, for me, especially for, a lot of producers, I have to make almost a calculated risk, right? I have to be comfortable losing a specific dollar amount. Once I figured out what I'm comfortable losing, that's my budget. I'm not going over that.
That's it.
I might have a little, wiggle room here and there, but I'm not going past that because, like you said, how many times have you spent money on a model and not even a full 6 months, she's already gone, and you're like, well, shit, I'm not even getting my money back off of this.
Exactly. I feel like we're all looking for diamonds in the rough. And it's probably been like 2 instances in my website where I had a girl on my website right before she took off. But the reason why she took off is it's entirely because of her, because she did the right moves. She was talking to the right people. I just happened to jump in right before she made all those big moves.
No, I've had girls. I was just telling someone else this. I've had girls I've been telling to come in the industry years ago. And they were like, ew, no, I will never. I respect myself too much. Now those same girls are in the industry, and you're like, we could have been making money together.
Yep. I agree.
We could have been doing this, but it's whatever. So it took you, what, about 4 years before you realized about doing the producer thing? And what made you, like, go down that road? Because some people like to be in whatever role they start in. Either they're a cameraman, they're a talent, they're a producer, they're a this. A lot of people don't like to venture out, although now in this time and era, you have to venture out. So what made you decide to go ahead and
I just realized I had a lot of ideas in my head, and that I would run things by like one of my producers, and he'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll do it next time. But then that next time never comes up. And I'm just like, damn, that girl was perfect for this scenario. And after a bunch of times me saying that to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself. You got to just you got to invest in yourself, get a good camera, lights, all that, get a concept, figure out what category you want to fall under, and just get it done. And that's it. It's as simple as that.
So what's your series?
Okay. So I fall under the face sitting category. My website's called disgracemyface.com, and I call it that because it tips towards the femdom because the girls are talking shit. I'm pretty much like a nerd, as you can see all nerd shit around me, and I
Don't
make them
don't give it too quickly because I was already gonna hit on that.
Okay, got you. But I make them like rip up comic books and shit. They rip them up, and they while they're sitting on my face, because I'm like, you got to do something different. You got to find a way to stand out. So I looked through a whole bunch of stores. I was like, nobody's a nerd. Nobody's ripping comic books. Fuck it, I'm doing it. It's something that no one else is doing. In my head, I'm like, there's got to be a fan of this somewhere. And I love the fact that I get to pick the girls who get to sit on my face. So I'm very proud of every girl that's been on my website.
I honestly did not know that you were ripping up comic books.
Yes, I let them rip them up. Yep.
I just thought it was face sitting.
No. I come in, they're wearing like their hot lingerie, skimpy clothes, and I'm just reading my comic book, ignoring them, and they're like, "Hey, stop ignoring the damn comic. Look at me." They put the comic down, and then they put their ass in my face, and then I gotta pay attention to them.
You don't have no choice.
You have no choice.
And I remember not that you came to me for advice about it or anything, but you were asking me a little questions here and there and stuff. And I told you, I was like, bro, it's a great concept. You know what I mean? Because you don't see too many people doing it.
Yep.
Even like the dry humping thing, there's a few people that do it, but there's no one that does it like me.
Exactly. That's what you gotta look for. Just you gotta do it your own unique way.
Right.
Yep.
So how's that been? Because you took a little time away.
Yes, I did. Took a break. So it surprised me is what it did, because I didn't expect it to do well, and I made it to top 50 in my category, and I was like, oh, this is actually doing very well. But I'm also like, man, it's so, as a producer, it's so hard to pinpoint what exactly is it that you guys are liking. Is it the girl? Is it the way she sat on my? Is it the camera angle? Is it the fucking comic book she ripped up? What the fuck?
And you still might never know.
Exactly. That's the problem with our industry, is that we're not getting feedback from the fans. We're just not. We have no clue,
unless they're asking for customs with a specific girl to wear a specific thing, you know. But yeah, no, 100%. Because even for me, and the crazy thing is, you have to, as a producer, you have to be comfortable losing money for the first year or two.
Yeah, you do. Yep. You have no.
You're just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you now, the end of last year, Dry Bone's just been hitting. Hitting hard.
That's good.
You know, so, but most of us can't wait that long or don't wait that long. So when we don't see the money coming back, we're like, no one's fucking with this. Yep. And most people scrap it.
I see.
Right when it's about to hit, most people scrap
it. That's true. So for me, it's just like, I'm still well connected. I did take a break because I was like, it gets discouraging. You pay out a model, and then you don't see the money return. So then you go, this isn't working, just like you said. But then you give it some time, and then your superstar starts shining through, and like, people are still buying from this person and that person. And I'm like, I'm still friends with that person. I can get her to sit on my face whenever the fuck I want to. Like, I might as well just jump back into it. Just find a new story, a new way for her to do it, and I could be right back in the money.
Right. Like for me, if I pay a model to do a blow job, then I probably pay her to do a hand job. Because, with Dry Bone, either or.
Yep.
But I can't pay you to do that blowjob if the first blowjob video didn't do so well, or I haven't even released it yet. Because, for the smart producers, we're a year behind.
Yeah, you got to be a year behind, correct?
You know what I mean? So all the content that's being released this year is stuff that I shot last year, the year before.
And that's why you run the risk of girls who's quitting, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, because by the time, most girls in this industry don't last past a year.
I know. Yep, that's true. That's very true.
Yep. So yeah, by the time I release it, this chick's done came and gone and went and did the whole nine. Yep. So any other projects that you have going on besides Disgrace My Face? And also, since coming back, what have you changed about it?
Oh, good. So any other projects? I also work for a website, Cuck Hunter, with Connor Cox. That's a hardcore scene. But I also am gonna start doing more fetish thing with girls as a talent. Coming back into it, I feel like my attitude's gonna be more in the trade realm because I'm friends with so many girls that hasn't sat on my face and they need me for stuff. And male talent is so scarce. They say it all the time. So scarce. It's hard to find. It's hard to find, especially reliable ones that show up, that smell good, hygiene. That everyone says these. I hear this shit all everywhere. They just want you to show up, smell good, do the thing you got to do, and that's it. And it's
Yeah.
really hard for them to find. And I'm like, okay, I'm one of those people, so I could just gravitate to them and just bring them all in.
So what have you changed about Disgrace My Face since coming back?
Um, I think the location, because I realized like I can't keep filming it in the same place. So maybe I'm gonna film it at her place. Maybe I'm filming it outside, outdoors. I'm cool with that. I know some of the as long as it's in someone's backyard and we don't have any landmarks, because I know they go crazy over that shit. There's just the rules keep changing for us, right? Because in our wrestling producer, with my wrestling producer, I used to like fake knockouts at the end of it. The girl beat me. I always lose. The girl beat me. She knocked me out. But then we got word you can't knock out no more. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So now I'm just on the floor wiggling, making sure that there's some sign of life, even though I lost.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So the same with face sitting. I speak to other face sitting producers. I go, what can we do now? What can we not do anymore? Because there's some producers that just sit there laid out and their video get taken down because it looks like they're passed out. And they don't want that. So I'm like, okay, so I gotta make noise while I'm down there. All this is just
Or wiggle, or whatever.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All this is just running the creative juices. That's all.
So why do you think the goalposts keep moving?
Visa or MasterCard. I'm just gonna say it right there. I don't give a fuck. I've been in too many scenarios where like they're the overlords and they're passing down rules that don't make no sense, but we have to follow them. We have no fucking choice. That's it. The knockout rule was one of them. There's keywords. The keywords are the crazy ones because they
Even if and bruh, I had a keyword inside of a word.
oh my god.
So it wasn't even the keyword, it was me saying an actual word, but because the keyword was inside of word, now that word I can't use. And I'm just like, yo.
There was a time where the name Jason or Grayson was banned because it had the word son in it. So it would default to Gray stepson or J stepson. You couldn't say the name Jason. That's a normal ass name. You can't even say it.
I remember scrape you can have because the word rape is in there. Like,
Yeah.
it was just so, and we're not a thesaurus. You
We're
know
not
what I
the
mean? So us trying to figure out different ways to say the same thing is like, it's annoying.
It's annoying.
And I hate descriptions already.
Oh, everybody does.
So me now trying to come up with another word that fits this scenario,
Yep.
super annoying. Super
It
annoying.
is. It is. Yep.
So you mentioned that you got a project with Connor. What do you have going on over there?
Yeah, it's a website called Cuck Hunter. Basically, I'm like everyone's husband, and the other male talent comes in and fucks her because I'm not fucking her enough. I got to come up with all the storylines for all the videos, and we done did birthdays, anniversaries, pool boy, the maintenance guy, the car mechanic. I can't keep coming up with this shit. I just can't.
Yeah.
It drains me, and I do that like 3 times, 4 times a month. And the model is always different. So I'm meeting a fresh face, but the male talent is the same, right? So I'm like cool with at least it feels good to have some stability there because the cameraman's the same, the male talent's the same. It's just the girl changing. So we all know how to lead the scene because sometimes the girls are like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, I got this. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yep.
so you bring up a great point.
Yes.
So a lot of girls are requesting higher rates, higher pay, higher it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you put them in certain situations, you're like, so what am I paying you for?
Gotcha.
Like, you can't even do the basic of what I need from you.
Yep.
What am I paying you for?
Yep.
So as a producer, how do you navigate that?
I'm lucky enough to where I get to vet them at my producers most of the time because I'm male talent for 2 companies, Cuck Hunter and Grappling Girls. I get to vet them and go, let's see what this girl's personality is. Is she good at being a bitch? If she's good at being a bitch, then I could use that in my disgrace. I can make her a bitch in my video. If she's shy and timid, then I need to work around that shy and timidness and find something to get her to open up to me when she sits on my face, because I don't want shy and timid on my videos. I gotta find something that triggers you, find a story around that. So for me, vetting them as a talent first, right? And I'm getting paid on top of that, and then bringing them over to the website to go, and then I'm running the ship. That helps me out big time.
Have you ever found someone that you vetted and you're like, okay, you fit the bill, you fit what I need. Then when they get on set, it's like, what happened? Like, you were great over here, but now over here, it's like
two different things. Yep, it's almost like they freeze up or whatever the hell. Like, I don't know, because when I do my face sittings, for most of sometimes they close, sometimes they're completely naked, and when they go to my first studio, sometimes they're closed, sometimes depending on, they come from Cut Hunter, they're naked, they go to Grappling Girls, they're closed. So it's like a shift that they have to do and they got to prepare for. I try to prepare them way ahead of time. Like, look, even though you're here clothed, you're coming to my website naked. Or even though you're here naked, you're coming to my website clothed. I'm doing the opposite of whatever just happened so that I could get fresh content from you. I just hope the freshness brings a new them out of them. Sometimes it doesn't work though. Like you said, there's nothing you can do.
And I've started to experience, because I did more hardcore than fetish. Now I'm more fetish now than hardcore.
Yep.
But I'm finding that the porn girls can't fucking act.
They can't. That's so true.
They relied
yeah, they relied on just their moaning and shit to get through, and that's not enough. Yep, you're right.
You could give a porn girl 5 words to say, and it's like the hardest 5 words in her entire life. But you could tell a fetish model, hey, I need you to be Rapunzel from the tower and go. And she's fucking coming up with all this other crazy shit.
Yep.
Versus the porn girl is just like stuck on stupid.
Yeah, for real. That's happened. That's happened. But I did have some phenomenal porn girls.
You do have a few.
Yes. Okay. Good. Good. I had E-Buns here before she blew up. Now she's like she's doing big things. I'm proud of her. She was here. She treated my set very seriously, just as seriously as the producer before that. That attitude is the reason why she blew up. She treated every shoot a serious matter. And I got plenty of sales off of her.
Do you get some of the ones? Well, let me rephrase this question.
Yeah.
Which is more likely to be a diva, the new girl or the vet?
Damn it. That's a really good question, because I'm not gonna say no names, but like, I got fucking slapped by a vet. Let's put it that way.
And like physically slapped?
Physically slapped when they didn't call for that at all in the video. And I was like, cut, don't ever fucking slap me again. That's it. Like, my whole attitude changed. I wasn't nice. I wasn't like.
So why did she slap you?
She just thought it felt like it went with the scene. That was how she went with it. And I was like, do not ever, just simple as ask. That's it. You shouldn't have came in. First off, I already had a bunch of clips before you showed up. You should have watched all of those and saw that no one touched my face beforehand. But you came in here, you got too comfortable. You've done this 100 times, is what she said. She thought she could just slap me because she slapped everyone else. No, it doesn't fly that way. So for me, I actually get it more from the vets.
Really?
Really, I get it more from the vets. Yeah, the comfortable ones, the ones that have done it for like 10 years plus, those are usually the ones that cause infractions for me because they just get too comfortable.
Okay, okay. And y'all didn't talk about do's and don'ts before?
We did, and it really does boil down to, if you're booked for something and you know it's as easy as going on Pornhub and watching it, why not just watch it? Just watch one clip. That's all I want. So that you don't come in here thinking it's something else.
Listen, my guy, I don't know if they don't read, don't have time to read.
Oh my God.
Don't want to read.
Yep.
Something of that nature, because I will send them a whole call sheet all the links, what the scene is, what it calls for, what everything, right? And I will still get asked one or two questions that's already explained in the call sheet.
Jeez, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
And it's a dry humping thing. So why would you be like, what am I doing?
It's right there on the website. Oh my goodness. I did have on the wrestling side on a brand new girl leave because I walked in the studio. She thought she was wrestling a girl. And the minute she saw me, she just dipped. And
Oh wow.
I mean, he has thousands of clips. Just look on the website. You will see his man versus woman. That's it.
Right.
All you had to do.
Wow.
And that was a 3-hour drive she took for no reason. That's her fault.
Oh yeah. I mean, bro, I had let's talk about drives.
Uh-oh.
So I sent out a call sheet days in advance because I normally try to send it out at least a week or two. This was days before. An hour before the scene's supposed to be shot, she hits me with, I didn't realize how far you were. I don't have proper transportation, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so when I sent you this call sheet and you accepted it, you did not at that time navigate. Bro, anytime someone sends me an address, I'm already going to Waze and seeing how I need to navigate through this.
Yep. I feel like that ties into the rate too, because it's like, yeah, my rate is something, but if it's like a 3-hour drive, my rate changes. That's it. And I'm gonna look that up before I give you my rate.
Yeah, like if I'm in the Tampa Bay area and you say, hey, I want to book you, but I'm in Miami, well, right there, I know I have to stay overnight because I'm not driving down there and driving back.
No, definitely no.
Not doing it. No. So that's gonna matter. I'm not one of those people that's gonna ask you to put me up and pay for my lodging, and because it's not your responsibility.
No.
Right? And I think a lot of times too, a lot of people are getting too comfortable asking of producers and whatever they may be for stuff that they themselves will not ask a normal 9 to 5 for.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
Like, if you live across the bridge from me, why am I paying for your gas?
Makes no sense.
What? Yeah. Or if you don't have a vehicle, why am I now contributing to your Uber fee? Like, that has nothing to do with me.
I'm going to say this and say that with the problem with the fetish community is sometimes a lot of the girls conflate male talent with fetishists, right?
Oh, you mean tricks?
Well, they fetishists meaning like a session dude, like a guy that's
tricks.
Like, yes. So they conflate us with those people and like, well, you get to do your fetish with me. Shouldn't that be good enough? No, that's not good enough. I need the content. I need I need you on time. I need you on with the wardrobe. I need all that shit. I don't just need you sitting on my face. I need fucking everything. I need the whole package.
Yeah. So what's been the most and you don't even tell me no names because I can probably figure it out by the story. What's been the most complicated thing when setting up a shoot for yourself?
Okay, for my website. I say no names. The girl was completely high out of her mind. She was on drugs. She was at my producer's studio, and then she was supposed to come to mine, and we couldn't even film her there. So let alone she wasn't going to come over here. His was non-nude, but he couldn't even use the non-nude footage because of how messed up she was. There was no way in hell she was going to come over here and do a nude scene on drugs, because then that would have set up a whole can of worms for me. So she done missed out on like 2 paychecks right there. And then the one right after that, I had to let that guy know because I was cool with him. I'm like, Bo, she's on something. Like, you're gonna get her, it's a liability. So then she done missed out on another 3rd pay. I'm just looking out for my boys. Like I don't
Yeah,
want nothing to
yeah.
happen to them and have a liability. She's out of the industry now because she had too many shoots canceled on her for that reason.
And the crazy and the most fucked up thing is it's us that get the bad end of the stick if we do go through with it.
That's true. Yep. Yep.
It's not them. No one's ever went to the girl and be like, you know, you shouldn't have been. You know, what I mean? It's never the professionalism of the female talent is never put into question, which
Yeah.
is crazy to me.
I know. I know. That's why I had to look out for all my producers. I was like, don't book her, don't book her, don't book her. She's a liability, and I don't want your whole business to crumble over one person. It's not worth it.
But they would have been quick to be like, Angel, oh, you took advantage of her knowing that she was under the influence. And you'd be like,
Exactly.
she drove over here. I ain't drive her.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it didn't happen because I was just
Nah, that's definitely something. And you've been known to introduce a lot of new starlets to newer producers or older producers and even to agencies. Like, what inspired you to do that? Because you don't
it,
have to do it, and we all know most of the time they don't be like, Angel, thank you for looking out.
No, I know. But I realize there's a right way and a wrong way. I hear a bunch of horror stories about girls getting in the industry the wrong way. And luckily I got in the right way, and I just want other people to get in the right way. I want to give a shout out to Onyx Kim because I found her during COVID, and she is now like super popular, super everywhere. We're friends, so I can say this, but she was like built for this industry. That's it. She just needed to know, who do I talk to? How do I do it? What do I get dressed? What time do I get there? Where am I going? That's all she needed. Once she got there and the camera's on, she turns into a completely different person. And I was like, wow. She's like she's one of my best sellers, hands down. She's all my producers' best sellers. Some people got it, some people don't, though. It's a crapshoot, right? That's an example of someone who do got it. Someone else I got in the industry, she only made it 8 months and she was gone. And kept showing up late, couldn't read the script, couldn't understand things, wouldn't get tested. Just get out of here.
Did she get pregnant? Was that the pregnant one?
Yep, the pregnant one. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to put it on my do not shoot list too. So yeah.
See. So it's like I have a success story, but I got my failures too, and I got to.
Well, no, when you introduced me to that particular one, I was very excited. Me and her talked about rates. She said what her rates were. I was like, bet, let's do it. Then she hit me with my agent said I can't do this and da da da. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what your agent said. Like, I asked you what you want to get paid. You say this.
Right.
You don't even have to cut him into anything because you did it yourself.
Exactly. Other girls do that all the time.
So as soon as she did that, because think about it, right? A lot of people don't think about what goes into us setting up a shoot, whether it's us booking other locations, setting up the set for a specific thing, cameras, lighting, getting in the mood, getting ourselves focused, stuff of that nature. So now when you throw something like that in the wrench, it's like, well, I could have got a couple hours extra sleep, but now I'm waking up early to make sure everything's good, everything's copacetic, and you hit me with my agent said, all right, well, cool. Have fun.
I was on my way to becoming an agent. Like I sat down with a lawyer and I was on my way to becoming a licensed Florida agent. But the babysitting aspect is some shit I don't have patience for. I just don't.
No, the same thing. Even though I'm naturally dominant, someone said, Tech, the kind of subs you need are not codependent subs. I can't do it.
I get you.
I can't, because for me, right? Even when people say, "Hey, I want to, let's partner, let's do, whatever." I normally tell people your ambition, your drive is not going to match mine. I'm gonna run laps around you, even sitting still. Mentally, I'm running laps around you because I'm already thinking about so many different things that I want to do.
Yeah.
When I wake up, first thing I do is check emails, check my messages, see what's going on, plan my day. You know, whatever the case may be, y'all are still asleep doing nothing. And
Yep.
then I just never understood how many women in this industry don't check their emails.
I don't know. They must get too many,
Whether
or
they're whether they're bullshit or not,
right.
you don't check them shits at all because you get too overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
That's insane to me.
Yep. I would say for the male talent side, the male talents that stick around the longest, I forget who told this to me. I think it was Dr. Tampa. Shout outs to him. Is the ones that are money focused. The pussy's gonna come. If you're money focused first, the pussy's just gonna come. But if you're pussy first and then money later, you're not gonna last long in this industry. You need to look like a conduit to make people money, and that's how I look like. A girl if a girl was to find me on Twitter, I can make her money like 5 different ways. That's it. And regardless if that involves me and her filming or her filming with my producers or whatever the case may be, I've realized my success is based off of being a conduit for making money. I'm making myself money. Number one, above all else, making myself money. And if you're in my circle, I'm gonna help you make money.
Yeah. No, you've definitely been the homie that been like, yo, Tech, hey, I got this new girl, da da da. They just never panned out because they get pregnant or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But
yep, it's true. Life happens.
but no, you've always been like, and I think I've done it to you, like, hey, here's a new girl with the woo. You know, you definitely need to hit her up. There's actually one that you hit me up years ago about, and I was like, nah, she don't do content. That's now shooting with Blaze.
Look at that. Look at that.
So it's I often say this, right? And I think this could be a real game. If you did 6 separations from Hektek, yo, I facilitate a lot of shit that people don't even realize I facilitate.
I bet that's true. Yep. That's why you can't burn bridges here, because you don't know who knows anyone.
Bro, I've seen okay, so story. We're doing a shoot house, me and a big name porn star. We're going to do a shoot house, and this girl hits her up. So she comes back to me. She's like, Tech, I got this girl. She's Latina, blah, 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 blah. She's down. She's about whatever. We could use her. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what's her name? She told me the girl's name. I was like, absolutely fucking not. My camera won't even turn on for her.
Ooh. Look at that. See? They just don't know. They know this industry talks. This industry talks.
The industry talks, and although some people have the mindset of a gnat, some people have the mind of an elephant. So it doesn't fucking matter if you went to rehab. It doesn't matter if you reinvented yourself, rebrand yourself. None of that. Some people who won't fuck with you because of whatever you did back then still won't fuck with you after the fact.
Exactly. You remember that Twitter? I remember you came to my aid. Doc came to my aid. A bunch of people came to my aid where this girl was accusing me of stealing my own producer's content and putting it on my website.
Yes.
That shit didn't even make sense to me. Because I said, I'm still working for him. Why the fuck would that happen? Like, if I was actually stealing from my own producer, he would have fired me a long time ago. That shouldn't even make sense.
And that's what I realized too, right? There's a lot of people that get in this industry that don't know anything about the industry, first and foremost. Secondly, don't know anything about business. And third, are so drama prone that any little remote thing sets them off to start drama, and they don't last. Because I don't even remember that girl's name, but I'm sure she's not in the industry anymore.
I have no clue what happened to her, but like all these producers came to my side saying that's not how the industry works. That's not exactly what he said. Because
you were just doing it. You were just resharing it for promo.
Correct. And our video went to #1. And I said, because our video went to #1 with my producer, I think you'll be great for my website. She mistook that as he stole that producer's content and put it on his website. When you could just go to my website and not see that video anywhere. I don't have her paperwork. I don't have her ID. My producer does.
Right.
That's not how business works.
No, and you definitely it's a crazy world, and it's crazy for a lot of producers it's crazy for a lot of indie producers because you have a lot of girls that be like, I shot for Bang Bros, I shot for Brazzers, I shot for this. So they come to the indie producers with this same rates that they think they're gonna get for the mainstream. And it's like, no.
No,
What?
that's not gonna happen. No, you got to be more realistic, for real. Yep, for sure. Off topic. Did you ever get any death threats in this industry? Because I've gotten many, many.
No. What? Everyone loves me.
No. I'm talking about from like random fans and shit like that.
No. I'm telling
Just
you,
okay.
people love me. Bro,
This
I've had where dudes stop me in the middle of conventions and like, oh my God,
that's awesome.
you're an inspiration for me. And I'm like, me? Like, I don't do anything but get my dick sucked. Like, how that's an inspiration? Like, I don't
You just
understand
never
that.
know. You never know. No,
Like,
I've had two instances of death threats. One of them just because I worked with this model and she had like a super stalker that just wanted to kill anybody that
was
filmed her.
did it start with M?
Yep, that's her. Anybody works with, and she's sweet and she's great and it's not her fault at all. It's just this crazy psycho.
Yeah,
So it's that
yeah.
one. But the other one involved a YouTuber, and this happened like 4 years ago. So
Okay.
one of my friends got her content stolen by a YouTuber, right? He posted like a 5 second clip of her the intro video and posted on YouTube and made it seem like, oh, this girl's doing this everywhere. That was actually a fetish video, right? Her sub was crawling on his knees. That's a fetish. That's something that kids shouldn't be looking at. So she goes and reports to the YouTube, and the video gets flagged for that. So he makes another YouTube video and he sends all of his fans after her. Because I was associated with her and I had a picture with her, all his fans came coming to me and they all was saying, I hope you die. You got his channel taken down. I was like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just friends with a girl that he messed with. That's it. And people just wanted me dead for that. At first, I've always thought before that something like before that happened, I always thought it would be the scariest thing. Is actually the funniest thing in the world. You wake up to like 500 notifications where people just want you dead. They know
Well,
nothing about you.
you kind of make me feel away now because I feel like I okay, so this I feel like I haven't made it until someone tries to impersonate me.
Ah,
And
I,
now I feel like I haven't made it till someone says, "You know what? I want you fucking dead."
it boggles the mind as to why people hate you that much. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Bro, I'm and like I said, maybe it's me, maybe it's my swag, I don't know, whatever, but dudes be like, "Yo, put me on. How can I get to you?" You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's a whole different situation with me. I don't bro, because you know what? In all honesty, if someone's like, "I want you fucking dead," I'd be like, "Your mama don't want me dead." You know what I mean? Like I'm a troll. Like
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
for one, right? Like realistically, for one, I know I'm never going to see you ever in fucking life.
Ever, exactly, ever. So it's no point.
So you keyboard warrior,
Yep.
I'm what? I'm not losing no sleep over you.
None. None. I say one of the best things that being in this industry has got me is like my confidence level is going way up. And like I just don't I think my ego is like foolproof to the point where like some other dude be like, I get it all the time where I'll be in a situation and the person don't know me and they'll say some shit like, I bet you don't get any pussy. And I go, motherfucker, like you picked the wrong one to say that to. And I don't ever bring it up and I don't tell them I'm in the industry. I just laugh in my head and I go, okay, you keep thinking.
So I was told that one time at my vanilla job, and my vanilla coworkers know what I do. So
Uh-huh.
when the dude was like, "That's why you need to get some pussy," they started laughing because they're like, "Bro, you have no idea,
Yeah.
like
No.
none,
No idea.
none."
I'll tell you a funny story that like I was working a vanilla job, an office job, and there was a girl that sit like across from me over here. She was crushing on me hard. Like she wanted me to talk to her. My phone was blowing up with so many pictures. Angel, you're working with this girl today. You're working with this girl today. You're working with all these hot ass I'm not thinking about this girl in the office at all. I'm not paying no mind to her. I'm seeing my phone and go, when I get off of work, I got some models to go see.
You're right. No, and that's the thing is too, like we've been fortunate enough
Hmm.
to be around, fuck, taste,
Yep.
indulge in some of the most beautiful
Beautiful.
women in the world
Hell
that
yeah.
these dudes will cut their left nut off to be
Exactly.
next to.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm supposed to be what against you? Like, bro, my life is bro, one day I think I was having one of those, we all get down. And I think I
Yes.
was having one of those moments and I had to like look around, look at the car I'm driving, look at the place I'm staying, looking at, everything that I have going on. I'm like, what the fuck I'm depressed for?
Exactly. Exactly. You ever get those comments in your videos, lucky guy? Like I get those all the
Yeah, yeah,
time, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm the
yeah, yeah,
lucky
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or, you do have those trolls, but
Yep.
once again, it's like, bro, look where I'm at, look where you at.
Exactly.
Come on, be real. You're just you salty because you ain't where I'm at right now.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You know.
Yep.
So what new endeavors and stuff do you have going on that you want to get into? Because you
In more,
don't you like you said you start off more fetish, now you're getting into more hardcore.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much like I don't know. This is crazy. The I seem to be good with the cuck thing because I'm really good at acting, right? I'm definitely not the size of a cuck. I'm not supposed to be doing cuck stuff, but I get the premise of what they want, and it's turning into like acting roles. So I've actually had commercials. I've actually been in like small movies. I don't mention my porn shit when I show up to these places, but they're starting to realize that I'm very comfortable in camera, like in front of a camera. And they're like, oh, but your acting resume says you only did a couple things. How come you're so comfortable? Well, I'm not telling you about my other shit that I do. That directly translates into mainstream acting. It does, at least for me. And so I've been actually digging more into mainstream acting because of that. So I have a movie.
I definitely you were quiet for a little minute, and I definitely was seeing the stuff that you were doing, and
Yep.
I don't know why, but you're one of them dudes that when I see what you got going on, I'm so fucking proud. I'm like, yo,
Thank
keep
you.
you know what I
Thank
mean, keep it up, keep doing you,
you.
stuff like that. Because I think the major thing is for you too, you don't do too much. Like you don't try to be the man, you don't want to be the man, you don't inspire to be the man. You just try to be Angel. You're just trying to do whatever it is that you want to do.
Yep, yep. I noticed that like there's a like 5% of us that like really make a killing, male talents. Like the Johnny Sins and all those big time people. There's not that many of us that are gonna get to that point. So I'm like, I'm playing the long game. I'm not playing the short game. Because to be honest, I've seen some of them play the short game and they pass away real quick. They either do too much partying, too much drugs. They get clicked up with the wrong people. They get bad things happen to them. Nope. I'm playing the long game. That's it.
Yeah. Now, even for me, like when I first got in the industry, it is who you know and how you're associated with certain people. But I also had to realize, like, that's a double edged sword
It is.
because you might be cool with this group of people, but those people over there hate them people.
Exactly.
And so because you with those people, now they hate you too. And you
Exactly.
don't have nothing to do with any of the beef that's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. We are navigating a bunch of personalities and we like thousands of personalities.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not single, but if I was, it'd be very easy for me to talk to women at this point because I'm like, the fear is gone. It's completely gone. I didn't talk to so many people in my life that it's just complete. That's why I show up to mainstream auditions completely confident. Like, I don't care what you throw at me. I've been naked on camera. What the fuck are you gonna throw at me?
Right. No, 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
I say this. I do want to say this to all the male talent out there. Some of the best advice I got was the very, very first advice I ever got from Kendra Hart. She said, "Be careful who you tell about this. You can't just go around telling everybody you're a porn star. People are they're secretive about their porn, right? Porn is taboo. There's sexual fetishes. People don't talk about at work what they're into. So therefore, you don't even know if people are anti-porn. You can't just go walk around saying that that's what you do when behind closed doors, they might secretly hate those kind of people. And that's still the advice that I take to this day. You have no idea
I
who's
think
cool
I
with
think
you.
it's different though for men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Because
you
other men
tell another dude, hey,
like
this is what I do. They be like, you lying. You be like, no, just Google me.
they Google me. Exactly. That's what Johnny Blaster says. Shout out to Johnny Blaster. He says
Yeah,
that too. Just Google him. That's it. You
just
don't believe
Google
me?
me.
Yep.
You know how many random girls on social media has just Googled me just randomly and be like, yo, this is what you do? And I'm like, yeah. They'd be
Yeah.
like, okay. Girls secretly wanted to fuck me. Like, hey, what you got going on? You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'd be like, can I do it on camera? And they'd be like, no. I'd be like, I'm good. I got a headache.
And there you go. Money minded. That's it. Money gotta go first.
Yeah. Now, the only person that don't have to pay me for my services is someone that I'm dealing with.
Yes.
I even remember I even remember going to a strip club and someone was like, yeah, you know what he does? And they were like, no. And they were like, he shoots porn, da da da. And she's like, you're lying. And then so she was like, well, pull your dick out. I was like, you gotta pay me. Like, I'm not doing this
Exactly.
shit for free. Like the fuck?
It's a service. It's the same service you're selling. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, no, you pay for this. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
Yeah.
so tell me one of your weirdest porn stories ever.
I would say, and it's gonna be somber because it involves Kitty. It was a
So
custom.
you know what's crazy?
Go
I'm
ahead.
not even gonna kid you. I was just thinking about her
Okay.
a minute ago.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't mind, we could tell the story, but go ahead and tell your
Sure,
story.
sure. It was just a custom that was weird. That my friend came through and she had to like squish a watermelon with on her chest while she was sitting on my face, so all the pieces had to fall. And Kitty was a camera person and she couldn't stop laughing, so we had to do it over and over. And I'm like, Kitty, I don't like watermelon this much. I don't want this much watermelon in my face.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's the funniest thing ever.
yeah. Nah, so me and you really got close over that situation.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah.
Um,
You was the last industry person to talk to her. Yep. For sure, you was. Yep.
yeah. And I ain't like that
I
for the
know
longest time.
it made you feel some type of way like you was at fault, or people would think that you was at fault.
People thought they were like, because not that they thought I was at fault, but they're like, what was the conversation?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? And I had to show a couple people, no, this is like she was excited. Like we were talking about finally working together, and she was
Right.
excited.
Yep.
And you remember, I didn't even know till the morning we woke up,
Yep.
and
Yep.
people said, and I was like, yo, you know how people like you
Yeah.
feel people pulling pranks on you, and you're like, stop lying. Like I was like, I just talked to her. Like
It
y'all
rocked
lying.
everybody's world. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
something that just will rock your world if it ever happens. Hopefully, no one ever has to deal with that. But like, so this is a testament to like how much we interact with each other and how little we actually get to know each other. I was blessed and privileged to where I saw the signs. No one else did. Like I hear so many stories of girls saying she was so funny and fun when we were together. She was always smiling. I didn't. I was either privileged or cursed, depending on how you want to look at it. But I saw the signs. I saw when she was at her low, and I was like, oh my God, I can't ever have her be this low ever again in my presence, kind of thing. But I couldn't be around her 24/7, and at the end of the day, it's something that she wanted to do.
It was. I mean, I think that whole day, I talked to you. I
Hmm.
talked to Amber. There were so many people I was just on the phone with that whole day
Yeah.
that I was just like, yo, this is nuts.
If you ask my producer, he would tell you that I called him accusing him like he did something wrong. He hadn't even talked to her in like 3 months. But the way I was sounding on the phone, he thought I was accusing him. Because I was just like, show, give me some answers. Like, explain this. How does this happen out of nowhere like that?
And then it was like there's a cryptic video,
Yeah.
and it was wild.
Yeah. The thing is I know I went into like detective mode afterwards to the point where I can piece together everything. I just don't know what I should tell on camera and what I should tell off camera. But I know exactly everything that happened from the moment you send her a message to everything that happened afterwards. Like I needed to know. It's just months it was killing me.
No,
And
you were definitely going down the rabbit hole.
I was.
Serious.
I was because me and her were supposed to live together, right? We went apartment hunting and everything. We even signed a lease together, and at the end it just fell through. And I just kept asking myself, what if that lease went through? All this,
But you also felt the way because you didn't. You know what I mean? There was other stuff going on.
Correct.
That you didn't feel like it was going to be a great fit because of the other stuff going on.
Correct. Yep. It was just too many things going on. But like I can tell you the story from what I saw, right? So she did me a solid one time because I used to work graveyard shift, driving Volkswagen cars. That's my old job. And then I would wake up, I would sleep 2 hours to go to Grappling Girls, right? And she saw me do that like 4 days in a row. The fifth day, I woke up to her sitting on my chest, and she took the phone from me. She's like, "You're not going to Grappling Girls today. You're staying here. I'm gonna give you a massage because you're fucking tired. Like, because you're on this work cycle and you're gonna burn out, kind of thing." So she told my producer, "He's not coming in today. Find someone else." Click. That's the only time I canceled on this motherfucker. She canceled for me because she saw how tired I was. So we spent the whole day together going everything she wanted to do, everything I wanted to do. No shooting, nothing involved like that. The next day, it was her turn. She's booked like 5 different places. Everybody wants her, right? Because she's great and she, a great seller and everything. She comes back home and she's completely silent. I'm like, "Hey, Kitty, how you doing? Do you want this? Da, da, da." Nothing. Just stone face. I'm like, "Okay." She said she just give me my laptop. I gave her the laptop and she was watching YouTube videos. So she wanted to watch YouTube videos and made her laugh because she was just such in this kitty zone and she didn't want to be kitty no more. She wanted to go back to her normal self, but she couldn't snap out of it, kind of thing. And my previous life before porn, I wrote books, right, about philosophy. And I felt like I could get to the core of what she was thinking by finding something that will strike her. So I have a book, philosophy thought experiments, and I kept running these thought experiments through her. Right, the most famous one is with the trolley train. If there's one person here and it's five, which lever do you pull? Right, so her spirit started coming up, and she was like, "Oh my God, that was so cool. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more." We got to this one about identity, personal identity, and the thought experiment is of a race car driver who was in his teens and he killed someone driving. In his 30s, he turns into a mechanic, but then in his 70s, he gets dementia that he doesn't remember killing the teen. Do you still blame him for that? And I kept asking her, what's your thoughts on that? And she just froze. And I was like, "Kitty, are you okay?" I thought I was scared because she just froze and the waterworks just came out. A whole bunch I was like, "What did I say? What did I do? How did I offend you?" That's when her problems with identity came up. She's like, "I don't know who I am. I don't know what I should be doing. I don't know how long I could keep doing this." And she just cried in my arms that night. That's why I was so affected by what happened. And like a whole bunch of people in the industry don't even know that story that happened.
So it's crazy that you bring that up because I'm good at separating the two.
Okay.
I'm good at Hektek is Hektek. I'm me, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences too, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have found out that some people, like you say, cannot hit that switch.
Correct.
Because maybe their real life is not as exciting. It's actually sad. So the character that they morphed into is who they end up becoming, but you're not this person. You're really this person over here.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And I had to tell someone, even recently, you need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do anything porn related. Do your real life. Be
Real
who
life.
you are for real. Because you have to have a clear separation of who you are versus who you are in porn. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a problem for you down the road.
Absolutely. So this is why I say shout out to my girlfriend Mandy. I love her so much because she realizes that after I do like a whole bunch of shoots, I have to go to a comic book store afterwards. That's my downtime. That's me coming back to me and who I am and the core of who I can recenter myself so fast inside of a comic book store or a video game store or something like that that I'm going, okay, I remember who I really am. That guy on camera is not me. That's it. And if you don't have that, you could end up in a really bad situation. So I'm glad you did that.
I don't know what I need to do. I know, most people know I'm pretty much a loner. So like when I come home, it's just me. So I kind of could separate this. So what I do in content houses though, maybe not healthy, but this is what I do.
Okay.
When I'm in the content house and I know I'm going to be there for days, right? I bring liquor.
Okay.
And after a shoot's done or after I'm like, this is it, I go and have a couple sips. I decompress, I unwind, and then I'm back. Con drop is a real thing because
Oh yes, you don't want to tell me about that. Go ahead.
you could be during conventions and you're hectic, 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 hectic. You know what I mean? Everyone wants you.
Yep.
And you do get in that mode where you are who you created. You see what I'm saying? You are that persona. And you're hustling and busting, you're wheeling and dealing, you're talking, you're grinding, you're doing this, you're shooting, and then it all stops when you get home.
Yep.
And your body's just amped still, and then you crash because those endorphins and those stimuli and all the lights and all the people and all this is not happening anymore, and you crash. What I used to do, it was crazy that someone pointed out to me. I was angry when I got back because I'm used to being the boss. I'm not used to someone telling me what the fuck to do. Go fuck yourself. I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Right. So when they were like, bro, every time you come back from these trips, you're just mad. Right. And I was like, am I? They're like, yes. Like you hate it here. So I had to realize, oh shit. Cool. I need to not come back mad. I need to realize, because think about it, for us that live both lives and live multiple lives, there's no breaks in between. It's like, boom, right back to regular life. There's no day that you could just calm down and relax.
Yep. I'll tell you one more story about Kitty is that she was a lot more popular than I thought because we were in a Target and she got found it out. Like somebody called her out and it freaked her out so bad because she wasn't ready to be in Kitty mode that she put on her shades, she put on her hoodie and she was like, please get me the fuck out of here now. Like, I don't know that guy. I don't know why that guy's calling me Kitty. Get me the hell out of here. Yep.
So you think that was a big contributing factor?
No, I honestly think it was the other thing. Exactly what you said when she came off of it. The life when she came off of it is what I think contributed to.
Got you. The crash.
The crash, big time, yeah. There because I got to see the highs and the lows kind of thing. Another good moment that I remember is I got a bad habit of like pointing towards stuff. So I was driving one time and I was like, we should go eat there. And she got sick of me pointing and she would grab my arm and bite me. And she like, stop doing it. And I stopped doing it ever since then. I'm like, yeah, but like the debate between whether it was us that did it versus her normal life is the debate that probably her family is dealing with. And they're going to argue that to the end of time because no one's ever gonna know the truth. We have our side of it, they have their side of it. I'm gonna let them have their side. I know I have my side. I know I have my reasons for thinking what I think about why she did it.
It was definitely survival's remorse, is what I would.
Yep.
Because like I said, I was the last industry person she talked to.
Wow. Yep. You were. Yep. Yep.
And it was the craziest thing. It was like all positive. It was the dopest shit.
And then FedCon was like a month later or something like that.
Not even. It was like 3 weeks. It was like something crazy. It was something really, really crazy.
Yep.
It was really crazy. Yeah. It was.
But you know what? Through that I found my therapist, Leanne Young. She's from APAC, and I recommend her to everyone. She's saved me. Alana Evans is the one that hooked me up to that, and
She does pineapple support, right?
APAC, Adult Performers Actors
No,
Guild.
not Alana.
Oh,
Your therapist.
Leanne? No, not Pineapple. It's some other one that she works with, but it's not Pineapple. But it's just like Pineapple. But yeah, Leanne been through some shit herself because with the Von Jeremy case, it's all public. You can look that shit up. But she helped me get through it, and I realized that in extreme moments like that, you should go and get help. And I'm glad I did, and I'm glad she was there for me.
Nah, because even we talked, and I was like, bro, you gotta let it go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And not let it go like you're letting her go,
right.
But you gotta let it go because it did fuck with you for the longest time.
Big time. It's still my biggest fear. Like with every girl that I get into the industry, I think as long as you don't get out the way she got out, right? As long as if you quit, you quit. That's fine. Just don't get out the way she got out. That's all. That's what I look out for.
Yeah. So what advice do you give girls getting into this industry?
To be honest with yourself as much as possible. And if you don't want to do hardcore and just want to do fetish, and stick with that. You want to do fetish, don't want to stick with that. The more you're honest with yourself, your journey in the industry is all about self-discovery and sexual self-discovery. So many girls are like, I do this fetish because it's fun. I never knew it was fun, or I do this fetish because it's genuinely my fetish. Like I know a girl that genuinely loves foot stuff, and she didn't know until she got hired to do feet stuff that she loved feet. So you can run into situations like that, but in order to make the most money, you got to go through the right channels. Like you said, just because a hardcore company pays you X amount, don't expect a fetish company to pay you that amount. And don't just dismiss the fetish company, because you can get exposure, you can get a whole bunch of shit. You don't know what can turn to from it.
And my thing is too is there's so many people that sit around waiting for the big bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're passing the little bags on.
Yes.
To wait for the big bag that might come once a month, once every couple of months. But these other small bags are here all the time.
Yep. And you got to take advantage of them, and you should take advantage of them. I don't know why you just never know what would come of it.
Do you think it's because most people be like, I'm better than this?
Absolutely. They see themselves as above it, and it's because they don't understand. Like, man, my producer in Grappling Girls is number one in his category, and he has a right to pay whatever he pays, and he pays the highest of anyone. He paid because of that. And like some girls don't even realize that this is as much as you're gonna make for this kind of shit. He is number one. You go and do this to anybody else, you might not get the same pay. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Go ahead, work with those producers. There's a bunch of other good wrestling producers. If you want to work with them, it's fine. But don't expect them to all be on the same level, because they're not.
Yeah. Bro, the rates that the rates lately are like, wait, what? You're like, wait, what? How much you want?
Yeah,
wait,
no.
That's real. Have a good day. Like, there's no way.
Yep.
Because, as much as people want to say it's about the fetish or about the sex or about whatever, at the end of the fucking day, it's about making money. Exactly. And I'm not paying you just to give you free money and me not make nothing back. Like, that's just insane to me.
I agree. That's why I make it a point for them to watch one of my videos. Like you got to at least watch one of my videos, and then I'm gonna test you. I'm like, what was that girl wearing in the video? Pink underwear, black underwear, brown. Okay, you watched it, so you know what to expect. You know nothing's gonna change. The exact same shit that she did is what you do.
Yeah,
That's it. So there can be no fighting, no debate about it or anything like that.
yeah. It's just and I think that's the thing too, because I remember when you first, I don't know, you probably can contest to this. When you first got in the industry, if you're gonna go work with someone, you went and saw who they worked with, how many times they shot with someone, how they performed while they shoot for somebody. You went damn near went through their whole catalog.
Yep. Yep.
Now it's not that way. Now they be like, "What do you shoot?" And you be like, "I just gave you all my references. Like you didn't ask not one person. Like that's crazy to me."
That's another thing is that I'm at the stage where if you don't know me, that's on you. Like I can look at your Twitter and see that you're following like 50 of the same girls that follow me, and you still don't know who I am. Just call one of them. That's it. It's as simple as that. Oh, I can't do this because I don't know you. I can't trust you, kind of thing. Talk to one of them. That's all you have to do.
Bro, that kills me too because I don't know you. You didn't know half of the people that you shot with first. Like
Exactly.
what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It goes back to being timid, not wanting to take risks and all that. This how, like I said, the ones that come here and are serious about it and they want to know what ticks. They want to know what makes your fetish tick. Those are always the best selling girls because they give the best performances and they always go on to do bigger things.
And I have seen and tell me if I'm wrong. The ones that are the most humblest seem like they're they're gone. They're out of here.
Yep.
Everyone wants to work with them, but we know a couple of them. Anytime there's some bad shit goes on, it's always these particular people, and you'd be like, and it was crazy, right? There was it was something going on with a New York producer, and she was like, "Yeah, them Florida girls," and I said the girls' names, and she's like, "It's crazy that you picked up on exactly who they were."
Yep. Yep. Again, this industry talks, and you just can't burn bridges because like going back to Kendra Hart, my very first shoot, when I found a producer, Scissor Vixens or whatever, and he was like, "Do you know any girls?" She's the first name I dropped. She got me in. We worked together. She was respectful. I was respectful with her. Why the hell not? If you don't burn bridges, money will come to you. She didn't even know who he was. She's like, "Who's this guy? What does he do?" Kind of. You're working with me. She's already gonna be comfortable, right? Because she knows it's just me. She just needs to find out how the producer is. She found out how the producer was. Bet, let's make this money. Done. It's as
and
simple as
and that's how it. I remember I put this girl on one producer. She made stupid money in a week.
that.
And she was like, "Thank you." You know
That's
what I
good.
mean? But those situations can be short lived because like
It
you
can.
put people in positions and they be like, "Who are you again?" You be like, "Oh, word, cool, okay, I got you."
Yep. Either way, I mean, it is an ever-changing industry, no matter what. Like you said, going back to, well, like I said, going back to the MasterCard and Visa, we always got to change our keywords. We're always going to be jumping from websites to keep up with the trends, to keep up from not getting banned. Our paperwork, I feel like it's just going to get longer. Dr. Tamper made a joke that everybody's going to be doing jumping jacks at some point. That's going to be the verification.
Spelling their name out and stuff like that. Yeah,
It's a matter of time. Yep. And you just can't keep ahead of it all. If you want to, you know, be a producer in this thing, you gotta try to keep up with the trends and you gotta tolerate a lot. I shout outs to my producer Joe and Grappling Girls. 21 years or so he's been doing this. And imagine how many attitudes he's had to deal with, late people, people that don't know what they're doing, people that lie. We get girls that just, oh, I know exactly how to do this submission hold. And we get there and we're like, you're not doing it right. Absolutely not. Like now we have to teach you. Now we got to take time to teach you, which means time to cut away from. That's it.
Bro, I had girls be like, "Yeah, I could swallow a whole sword down my throat," and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay, cool."
There you
You
go.
get here and now you trying to suck my dick like a lollipop, and I'm like, "Wait, no, I want the sword swallowing. I want
It
that.
happened.
That's why I booked you, not to do this bullshit."
They talk the talk, they don't walk the walk. Yep. I get so sick of that.
100%. So we're gonna switch gears.
Okay.
We're gonna talk some nerd shit.
Sweet. That's my wheelhouse.
So, what makes you a nerd?
um, I think because I embrace the things that like I used to get made fun of, right? In the 90s, X-Men and Superman and Batman. I used to love all that stuff, but I'd keep it to myself because I would get beat up or I would get made fun of in school and stuff. And now I'm like, oh, it's everywhere. Now I can embrace it and the culture. I even go to video game tournaments. Like I play Street Fighter tournaments. That's
I've
my shit.
seen it. I've
Yeah, that's
seen
my
it.
shit now. And
Yeah.
it's like something I wish I've always done. I didn't even know. You know, it's kind of like the con. I didn't even know Fetish Con was here until I got in the industry. Oh, Fetish Con been here the whole time, kind of thing. It's just like these with these tournaments. They've been here the whole time. You just gotta put yourself out there. And I've been doing good. And I'm like, yo, this is my scene. And that's the real me coming out. That's me.
Yeah. And do you contribute that for doing fetish and porn, like embracing the real you? Because especially fetish, not necessarily porn, right?
Like
Because I'll say this: porn is fucking shallow as fuck.
it is.
Okay,
It
porn
is
is hella shallow.
hella shallow.
Fetish is like, oh, my weird could top your weird. What's up?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's why, like I said, I'm surrounded by a bunch of comics that I love. So I'm like daring myself in fetish to have these hot girls rip them up in front of me and go, I'm doing this for the money. That's it. I'm doing this for the content. I'm doing this to make the sale, to make the story make sense, to make everything. That's it, it. It makes it easier. It just comes off as the easier transition.
So, are you an anime person or just comic
Yes.
book?
No anime. I got Dragon Ball right here. I got Death
No,
Note
please,
here.
please, please. When we talk about anime, don't
Yeah.
bring out Dragon Ball. Okay,
Uh-oh.
that's normally what noobs bring out first.
I know,
Yeah,
I
I
know, I
watch
know.
Dragon Ball.
But
You know.
that's what I grew up watching in high school and
Yeah.
in Toonami and all that kind of shit. But Death Note's my favorite. That's hands down. Like I still want to do some cosplay shit. I haven't even gotten to that.
Okay, so to be real with you,
Yeah.
if you put Death Note on for me, I'm falling asleep.
Oh, come on.
Straight to sleep.
I love it. I just
Straight
love
to
the
sleep.
detective chase, outthinking each other.
As soon as I hear the voice, I'm like, I'm out of
But
there.
I can name drop a couple other ones that I still like. Initial D because I love cars. I'm into cars, so Initial D.
I never watched. I watched the live action.
Okay, okay. But the anime's great. Berserk, dude, the big ass sword,
100%
badass.
my shit.
Yeah, he is badass. I gotta admit, he's badass.
Yeah.
Gungrave, Hellsing. See,
Alucard. Yes.
Alucard. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but that's actually the thing that drew me and Kitty together because I met her at Exotica 2018, and we went out to a club, right? Sully Savage and some other male talent, and she didn't want to dance. She didn't want to do anything. She pulled out her phone, was reading manga, and I'm like, "What are you reading?" And then we just got into it, and that's how we clicked. And that's the real her coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Which you don't get too many moments of in this industry. You don't get to actually know the real person.
And that's the crazy thing is because only real close people know I'm like into anime. Like for real, for real. Bro, I have a whole scroll of anime that I watch. Like
Wow.
for real.
Right.
So, and I'm into comics as well, right? Like
Good.
I was huge into comics growing up. One of my favorites, I say, let me say top five.
Five.
What's your top five comic book character?
Watchmen is number one, hands down. Nothing beats Watchmen, in my opinion. Watchmen, The Killing Joke. That's like a Batman series. I love Injustice because Superman goes crazy and kill us all. I love
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Same thing with Kingdom Come. He can kill us all there too. And then the X-Men stuff with Professor X, when Professor X died, and the Onslaught and all that kind of stuff.
So how do you feel about X-Men 97?
Oh, I'm super excited because that was my shit back in the day. I'm super excited. It took forever though, because like now we're older. Now we got shit to do. Now I can't sit
And now
down
we got
and
shit.
just fucking watch. I can't. It just you guys took too long. You should have did it in my 20s, you know?
Bro, well, it's almost like if they created Fifth Element right now
Like,
again, you'd be like, bro, what?
yeah.
Nah,
It's not gonna be the same. I know it's not gonna be the same.
no. But so, who's your favorite comic book character?
Whew. That's a good question. I think I would go with Superman. I used to hate him because I used to hate the fact that he could do everything. But as I'm getting older, I respect the fact that he can do everything and he doesn't do everything. Like I respect the
Oh
fact that
no, he could fuck some shit up.
he can kill us all, but he doesn't kill us all. And I'm go, okay, that means he got some convictions. That means he got some dignity. He got some values. So that's
Yeah.
why he's good.
All right. Who else?
Batman mostly because of
He's the shit.
the grittiness and the realism and all that. I just fucking love that kind of shit. Yep.
So,
Cyclops is my favorite X-Men though. Everybody hates fucking Cyclops. I don't know why.
so okay. I just watched the. I just watched a video, a reel of them explaining that Cyclops is really that guy, but because of some of the anime and some of the movies, it makes him look like a simp.
Yeah, it makes him look like a chump. Yep. But the team needs a leader. That's number one. Wolverine is not the leader. He's a loner. He's not a leader.
He
And
becomes one,
becomes one later, yeah, but the team needs like a solid leader that we're gonna do this and we have to go do this.
and
Professor
they
said
say
that.
Cyclops is really a brilliant tactician.
Ah, okay, good.
Like
Yep, yep,
he studies. It's like the quarterback. You know what I mean? He has to know
yeah,
all, not only all his plays, but the team's plays
yep,
and the opposing team's plays.
yep. I collect a bunch of statues. Here's Cyclops right here. In the
Yeah.
flesh. So yeah, I feel like I'm just back in the day you couldn't embrace all this shit. Now you can, and now it's everywhere. But I'm selective about it. I don't want to. I don't watch every Marvel movie. I don't watch every DC movie. I don't.
No.
I'm.
So Marvel after the last phase,
Mhm.
they're just throwing shit to the wall and seeing what
They are.
sticks.
They are.
It
The
makes
two
no
best
sense to me.
the three best Marvel movies in ever to me is Blade, Black Panther, and Logan. That's it. That's it.
Logan was sad, yo.
Logan was sad, but like a real story you can get behind.
Yeah, yeah,
Black
yeah.
Panther because of the villain, right? The villain makes everything.
Killmonger.
Yep. If you believe the bad guy, that makes the whole story. That's it. And you believe in him.
They say Thanos was that guy too.
Thanos, yeah, yep, that's true.
Because it proves a point, right? Because most of the villains weren't villains in their story. They were actually the heroes.
That's right. You're right. That's a good point. Yep. And it's easier to
I
sympathize.
have to do this to save all these other people.
Yeah.
Versus the heroes are looking at these people.
Yep.
I have to do this to save these people. So it goes to the point that you live long enough to be a villain in someone else's story.
Correct. And that's why I love Watchmen. That's why Watchmen is my favorite story because Watchmen is the story of all the civilians turning on the superheroes. It's like, no, we don't want you to save us no more. No, don't come down here and stop crime anymore. Stop that shit. We're gonna attack you if you do that. And then the superheroes have to deal with, well, what are we supposed to do with our lives if they don't want us saving them anymore? That's why I love Watchmen.
What do you think about The Boys?
I haven't seen it. Everybody keeps telling me to go. I know. I can't believe I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've seen Omni Man. I love Omni Man. Invincible. I've seen that, but I haven't seen The Boys yet. No, I know. I'm making
Bro, what are you doing with your life?
It's the porn, apparently.
There's 3 seasons.
I know. I got to get into it. I gotta get into. I gotta find out what I think everyone says I would like Homelander, so I'll find out. I gotta find out why. Yeah.
Just do me a favor.
Okay.
This week,
This
just
week.
watch the first episode.
Bet.
And then let me know what you think.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
Just all I'm asking for, I'm not even asking you to watch the full season.
Yep.
Watch episode 1
Okay.
and
Got
then
it.
hit me up.
Okay, man. I will.
All right.
I got you.
So my favorite
Yes.
is Wolverine, of course.
Okay.
Daredevil.
Oh,
Daredevil's so slept on.
yeah, I don't hear nobody saying that's his favorite. Why him?
I think because he's fucking blind and he still could do all this shit. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Motherfucker's
agree.
blind.
I agree. I agree.
And act like he ain't blind when he's fighting and kicking ass. And he's gritty. So he got like a lot of that Batman element to him.
True. True that. True that.
You know what I mean? Hand to hand. He don't like his superpower is not necessarily to enhance his strength or any of that. Yes, his agility and his reflexes, but not strength. Like he's not just gonna punch someone and cave their whole chest in.
Got you. Got you. He's a lawyer too, though, right? That's good too.
And he's a lawyer for like saving the little man. You know what I mean? Like he's not. It'd be like one thing if he's like that's high rise attorney or something like that, but he's not. Like he's regular.
Yep. Yeah. That's what's up.
He's regular. Who else? I love me some Archangel.
Oh yeah, he's obscure too from the X-Men. Yep. I don't really know his
Slept
story.
on
I know he was Angel and then he turned into Archangel, and I don't know why.
through Apocalypse.
Apocalypse did that to him. Okay, got you. Yep.
He slept on. Slept
Yep,
on.
for sure.
Um, you can't sleep on Professor X,
Oh yeah.
but he's okay. And Iceman.
Oh, Iceman. Okay, that's what's up.
Always been an Iceman fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous of what they're gonna do with the franchise now that Disney owns it, but we'll see.
Not the Devils.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's funny because like in high school, people used to say, you're not gonna get any girls if you like this kind of shit. And
Now all the girls are liking this type of shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I always called myself like a chic nerd, like a dress real fly, have swag. But I like nerdy shit.
Yeah. Yep. I learned to just embrace it at this point. I can't be someone I'm not at this stage of my life.
But it's crazy, being in this industry, being who we are, doing what we do, and now growing into our own, accepting who we are, what we
Yep.
like, what we don't like.
Correct.
I think that's one of the caveats that's not necessarily taken from this industry. You know what I
agree.
mean? We all hear about, oh, y'all got to be around bad women and y'all get to do this and y'all get to do that. But it's never spoken about the self-reflection and the self-discovery that a lot of us had to go through
That's
to
true.
be where we're at right now.
That's true. Yep. And some of us sometimes like people I forget who said this, but like porn finds a spot for you. Like a lot of guys that aren't in it that want to do it, like I want to be in it and I could do just like this guy. That spot's already taken by that guy. You need to find a new spot and do something different.
Yeah.
Or you're not gonna make it.
No, like for me, to be a bigger guy, and now looking at it when I started, there was only me. Now there's a lot of me's.
See? You gotta find your unique avenue and go that way. That's the only way you're gonna make it.
100%. 100%. We're gonna say a little something more and then we'll wrap up. So
Okay.
tell me something that you're aspiring to accomplish this year.
Okay. Man, this industry is crazy because it's like just when you think okay, I'm gonna make this amount of money because I got this many gigs and I got this many things, then it either piles up or it goes away. This is the year where it's piling up. I'm getting requests saying, I seen you on this website, I want you over here. I seen you on this website, I want you over here. Um, and I've learned that I'm not just going to use the money to reinvest into my company, that I'm going to use the money to do things for people that don't got money, like my family, like my sister and my mom. I've taken my sister to Disney World. I'm taking my mom to Disney World. Anything they want to do, that's my goal. And I'm using porn to get me there. They don't know. They obviously don't know. But I'm using this industry and the money that I get from this industry to do things for people that they've never been able to do. I felt like I tell this to a lot of my friends where I tell them I feel like I've lived the experiences of a millionaire, right? Remember that mansion we went to?
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
I've been in a bunch of mansions, right? And I'm like, I've been around beautiful women. I've gotten things just because I'm in the industry. I'm like, oh, you don't even know me. No, I want to give you this because you cool and I like your videos. So cool. You just give me these things. I feel like I've done so much. I don't know how much more I knew I could experience, but I'm focused on this. This is what got me 7 years, and this is what's gonna take me 7 more years. My focus is on the money. That's it. Oh wait.
Bruh, I love your positivity. I love, you know, you're definitely a rare breed in this industry.
Thank you.
And I think because you're older, you've lived, you've
Mhm.
experienced, you've seen a lot that a lot of people can't, if they could only see the lens through your eyes, I think there would be more of an asset, a good person in general. You know what I mean? Because I've seen you get hurt from the people that you tried to help,
Yeah.
or people said, "Oh, you're not helping me," and you're like, "The fuck, I'm not. I'm like trying to help you." You know what I mean? And I've seen this with my own eyes. You see what I'm saying? So I get it. I trust me, I get it. And for you to go through all those and still have the same
Yep.
drive, the same, no, I'm still help people. Because most people, when they help a couple, they're like, and they get burnt, they're like, I'm not helping nobody else. But no, you're just like, no, I got you. You might be a little bit more selective, but you're
I
still,
am
no, I'm going to do this.
a lot more selective. I am.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that back in 2017, before I got in this industry, I went to Japan and I got to meet one of the most prominent living philosophers, Masahiro Morioka, and I got to sat down and have breakfast with him in Shibuya Square. Um, and one of the things he told me about was that life is about minimizing regret. He's like, because he's interviewed people in their deathbeds, right? And he's asked them, "Do you have regrets?" And 90% of them were like, "Yep, I should have did this. I should have did this. I should have did this." He told me minimize regret. And literally, 2 months later after that, I got into the industry because I felt like I always belonged in the industry. And I was like, I can do this shit. I can be in this industry. And I got it.
No, even for me, like, when I got into it, I knew like I wasn't gonna get booked for no big name studio, so I just put my own money up and did it myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's not too many regrets that I legit have.
Mhm.
One of them is I just wished I would have did Dry Bones sooner. I just, you know what I mean? But when you're first into the industry, you're not knowing, you're just thinking this is what you have to do, and you're not realizing that now sometimes you need to put all your eggs in one basket because that's what's going to provide you more eggs to put in other baskets.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yep. You're right.
All right, Adel, this has been great. Go ahead, tell the people where they can find you, your socials, all that. This
Cool.
is your moment where you could talk whatever you need to talk and say whatever you need to say.
All right. If you want to go see the hottest girl sitting on my face, go to disgracemyface.com. Not www.com, not www.disgracemyface, just disgracemyface.com. And my Twitter is Angel Ramirez, XXX. Ramirez is with an AZ, XXX. You can follow me on there and you'll see all my shoots that I do with Cuck Hunter, with grappling girls, everything. Thank you very much.
All right. And so this is your host with the most, Hektek from Hektek Desires. This is the show about whatever. No one knows what I'm going to talk about, what I'm not going to talk about. None of that. That's what makes the show so interesting.
Yep, I agree.
You could definitely find me or find the show on Spotify every Saturdays at 12 p.m. On YouTube every Friday. But those are the older episodes. I started the TikTok. I'm on IG at whatever by Hektek. Twitter, we by Hektek. So go ahead and follow all those. Give me some love. We will constantly try to bring interesting guests onto the show that this most of the time when you have someone who's in the industry, they be like, so how many girls have you fucked? You know what I mean? But we're asking real in-depth questions. We're not asking the dumb, bozo, clownish shit. We want to know who we actually have on the show and what they have going on.
Absolutely.
So, this is whatever by Hektek. We're signing off. Good night to everybody. Thank you again, Angel. And you came in the last minute. You're like, shit, yeah, let's do this shit. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that too.
All right, you